I'm Paul Zigo.
I'm TJ Kirk.
This is Chauncey. This is a new segment we've got here called Pitch Wars!
Pitch Wars!
That's right. That's
Not
right,
bitch
TJ.
wars.
No.
Pitch wars.
Pitch Wars. Don't get
Very
that one.
important. Don't get confused.
So basically the concept is TJ and I pitch you guys an idea for a new movie, and you guys get to vote on who won.
Who won? And Chauncey is going to participate as well.
Of course.
As usual.
He'll chime in when he needs to.
Little piece of shit. Fuck you, Chauncey.
Dude, don't fuck with
Stealing
Chauncey.
thunder.
Don't fuck with Chauncey.
I know
TJ.
you're intimidated by Chauncey. I ain't fucking intimidated by this.
I'm not
little bitch.
intimidated by Chauncey. I'm letting you know that I'll jump in for Chauncey.
Fuck
This is
Chauncey.
my homie right here.
Fuck Chauncey. He's a piece of shit. I'm just fucking with you, Chauncey. I love you, man. Whatever.
Anyway, today we're going to be doing a pitch for a franchise that, in my opinion, has never put out a good movie. Alien versus Predator.
Yep.
What would we do to make a movie in the Alien versus Predator universe that would be good?
That would actually not suck.
And both of us have an idea, so I guess we'll start with the pitch. TJ, you wanna go first, or you want me to go first? How do you want to do this?
Let's flip a coin.
Let's flip a coin.
Let's
Okay.
flip a fucking coin.
Coin flip time.
Heads or tails.
I like how we electronically coin flip now. We don't even have fucking coins anymore.
Fuck real coins. I can't even catch that shit in the air anyway.
Oh, dude, I'm great at flipping coins. I'm like, ting.
All right. Call it in the digital air.
All right, heads.
Flipping. Heads.
All
You
right.
want to go first? You want me to go first?
All right, I'll go first. So my concept for an Alien versus Predator movie is called Alien versus Predator Hunter. And from my perspective, the problem with the Alien versus Predator movies has always been, it's not Alien versus Predator, it's Alien versus Predator versus a bunch of hapless fucking humans. I want to get rid of the humans totally. I also want to kind of appeal to this new kind of feminist movement by making a female Predator the lead. So my idea is this. The movie starts with her at a tribunal of other predators. She's being judged. Her family did something in the past that dishonored her. And she wants to gain that honor back and be looked at as a hunter in the predator society. And so at the beginning of the movie, they tell her that the only way that she can, atone for the sins of her ancestors is to be shipped to a planet that the predators keep as a game preserve for aliens, for xenomorphs. They keep them there so they can put them, elsewhere and hunt them, but it's a whole planet that just exists to harbor xenomorphs. And she has to go there and infiltrate the hive and kill the alien queen. That's the only way that she can redeem herself. And I want very little talking in the movie. There'll be subtitles at the beginning, I guess, during her tribunal, but once she's alone on the planet and hunting these different aliens and trying to make her way into the hive, really no talking, just all kind of action. There'd be all kinds of animals to feed the xenomorphs on the planet because, of course, they want all different kinds of xenomorphs. So there would be all kinds of dangerous animals on the planet in addition to xenomorphs. And, I'm not really sure how mine ends, to be honest with you. I don't know if she gets the head.
She's got to get the head.
Do you think she's got to get the head?
The visual of her carrying that big queen's head is just...
Yeah, it's too
good
right?
to not put in the movie.
I mean, I don't want it to be too predictable, but...
Maybe she gets it and dies, so it kind of has a tragic ending. I don't know. It's your pitch.
Well, yeah, that might be good. Yeah, she gets it, but she's too wounded to get off the planet with it. Either way, I think that would make a much better Alien versus Predator film than any of the shit that we've gotten so far. And I guess that's my pitch.
All right, mine is a little bit more convoluted than Paul's. Paul's going with a very direct, he's taking the title very seriously, going direct to the heart of the fucking thing, saying no flourishes, no bullshit, just straight up Alien versus Predator. It's exactly what the fuck it sounds like.
That's right.
Mine has a little bit more fucking crazy shit going on to go wrong. It's called Alien versus Predator Coliseum. I do not dispense with human beings because I like seeing the aliens and the predators kill human beings. I like seeing people fucking killed in creative and interesting ways. So I have not dispensed with the human characters. Alien vs. Predator Coliseum centers around the story of 3 young predators on their first hunt on their own. They're captured by human beings who run a space station, a gigantic space station called the Coliseum. And it's called that for a reason, because it's a place where, like we saw in the original Alien film, that people in the future have kind of, they weren't fucking intrepid explorers in that movie. They were people running a mining operation somewhere in space. They were fucking blue collar motherfuckers just in space working. They were kind of almost not quite the dregs of society, but they're not like these high-minded people like you see in fucking Star Trek The Next Generation or some shit. So what I'm thinking is we have a society up in space where there's poverty, where there's inequality, where there's all these same issues that face us today. Humanity has not grown past any of those things. And to distract people from that, just like they used the Colosseum in Rome to distract people from the ills of those times, they use this Colosseum where they pit alien monsters against each other. But the problem is the xenomorphs are so fucking dominant that no other fucking creature they get can fucking compete with them. Until, of course, they get these 3 young predators. They capture these 3 young predators who are inexperienced on their first hunt. They bring them to the Coliseum. They start pitting them against all these other monsters, but they're on a collision course with the fucking xenomorphs as they start taking all this up. So,
what kind of other monsters would there be?
Oh, like just fucking all kinds of crazy shit, like fucking big fucking buffalo-looking motherfuckers with fucking giant horns that spit fire. I don't give a shit. All kinds of shit. I don't have any specific monsters in mind, but just fucking crazy movie monsters. Let the fucking Hollywood people go crazy with whatever fucking idea they want to do. But there's someone on the space station. There's a woman on the space station who is sort of a... What's someone called who studies other cultures? Anyway, she understands the predators. She's studied their society. She's even had some interactions with them, stuff like that. She speaks their language to an extent. So I didn't want the predators to outright be speaking English because I think that would look fucking stupid. But I think it's okay if they speak their own language and she kind of understands it and we have some subtitles. I'd keep the dialogue of the predators to a minimum because I don't want to demystify them. They pretty much only speak when it's necessary to convey some information. But she has a major moral issue with these predators being kept there because all the other species that are there are just kind of beasts. These are sentient beings, even though they're despised throughout the galaxy because they hunt people and other things. So most people have no problem ethical qualm with putting these predators in there. She does. We get the big face-off between the predators and the xenomorphs within the Coliseum, which that's going to be a cool big action sequence. Shortly after that, she ends up releasing the predators from captivity. She soon comes to regret it when she realizes that their plan for escape involves releasing the xenomorphs on the human population of the space station. From there, it kind of becomes a story about these 3 predators trying to escape a space station filled with humans trying to kill them, filled with xenomorphs that have no compunctions whatsoever about killing anything that gets in their way. Eventually, they're able to get out a distress signal, and I think that at least one of them does ultimately escape the space station. So at some point we have the alien queen in there. We just throw what I see this as is why just limit it to Alien vs. Predator? Let's have a fucking menagerie of monsters. I want there to be a kind of a blob ripoff alien in there that just consumes everything it touches, and there's all these competing organisms in this fucking place, and people are caught in the crossfire, and predators are caught in the crossfire, and it just becomes a big, huge fucking set piece of just monsters and monsters and monsters. Kind of like the end of Cabin in the Woods, but more creature-y, not as much about the using rip-offs of the iconic horror monsters of the past, but more like creature feature.
Alien humanoids and shit. Like all kinds of different...
Not so much like the humanoid monsters. I want it to be more like just beasts, but like big fucking crazy space beasts. So that's my basic treatment. There's a few other things I couldn't really get into, but because I don't want my pitch to go forever. But that's the basic gist of what I envision.
That's a pretty good pitch, TJ. If I hadn't given my vastly superior pitch right before it, it would be like I'd definitely be into it. You know.
I think your movie would be cool. I think it's cool that it's like a stripped down thing that is minimal on dialogue. I imagine a very short runtime, like a 90-minute runtime.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's why I just want to go the opposite direction and go like total excess. Because I at first I thought, how can I fucking make... At first I wanted to go with a real serious dark tone because I wanted the aliens to reclaim their fucking place there.
Right.
But ultimately I decided, like, this concept is inherently kind of fucking cheesy. So let's just go over the top and have fun with it and make it a big fucking spectacle. One thing I do want to do to help the aliens reclaim it, though, is there's all these... Just like how in real life the aliens are no longer scary, they become kind of a joke, I want these people on this space station to kind of treat them as just a spectacle. And to have alien merchandise and alien hats and shit. There's one little kid, like a 10-year-old kid or something, that's like real fascinated with the xenomorphs. You see him in a few scenes. He's always spouting off xenomorph facts. He's a big xenomorph fan. When they're released, I want him to wake up in his bed and one's just perched over him. And it fucking just jabs its fucking sharp-ass tail into his guts. And it rips off his arms and it takes that little mouth and just jabs it in his fucking eyeball. It's like, you think I'm fascinating? Be fascinated with this, bitch.
Yeah, you said you didn't want to demystify the Predators, and that's kind of what I want to do. I've always wanted a closer look at the Predator society and how it functions and how people, how they deal with one another. Mm-hmm. And I've always wanted to see the Predator presented as a more sympathetic character.
Yeah.
I don't want the Predators, and I guess your movie is doing that as well, since you're kind of focusing on...
I even wanted there to be an analogy at one point, like, hey, from the point of view of a deer, human society is all about going out and killing deer, but there's obviously way more to it than that.
Right.
It's just from the prey's perspective, that's all you fucking see of them.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of see them as an honor-based culture and kind of a culture that bases their worth on what kind of prowess they have in battle and how good they are at the hunt.
Sort of like Klingons.
Right. And I want this predator, this female predator, to be fighting that uphill battle, because I could see it being kind of a patriarchal society where female predators aren't really allowed the same social status, or maybe they have to go through a whole lot more to prove themselves as hunters. And, I like that idea. I like the idea of getting a look at that type of politics in the Predator universe.
I think it taps into something that's pretty vital to human society right now, too. I mean, obviously, that's a big issue for a lot of people.
Yeah, of course. So, I don't know. I guess that's it.
I mean, those are two different pitches. Let's hear Chauncey's pitch. Son of a bitch. Well, that blows both of ours out of the water. But okay, between me and Paul... Who had the better pitch? Obviously, Chauncey wins as usual, but between my pitch and Paul's pitch, who had the best pitch?
Yeah, is it Alien versus Predator Hunter, or is it Alien versus Predator Coliseum?
We've got a couple of polls.
Yep, Twitter and Facebook polls down below
in the description section. Let us know who you think had the better pitch. Which movie would you be more likely to cough up some money for? And if you have a pitch that you think beats the shit out of both of our pitches,
put it in the comments.
Put it in the comment section down below. We might even do a future video at some point where we read some fan pitches.
Yeah, we will read and discuss the ins and out of your pitches. So, thank you for watching. As always, I guess we'll see you next time.
See you next time on Pitch Wars.
Fuck you, Chauncey.
Piece of shit.